A passenger plane carrying many people crashed 100 meters underwater. Yet, miraculously, no water had entered the cabin, and everyone inside was unharmed. They had no idea that the plane was submerged deep in the ocean, 100 meters below the surface. It wouldn't be long before the oxygen inside the cabin would run out. The plane's communication system could no longer receive any signals, meaning they couldn't call for help. The captain made a decision. He had to send the signal receiver to the surface. The captain took action. He and his assistant put on life vests, and the people inside shut the cabin door. The captain attempted to open the door using the automatic switch, but the circuit was short-circuited. The immense water pressure broke the door open, and the water quickly flooded the cabin. The co-pilot passed out from the powerful impact, but the captain remained unharmed. However, the oxygen tank ruptured, causing the oxygen to quickly leak out. With no other choice, the captain had to discard the oxygen tank and open the package, letting the gas valve help him gradually ascend. He started swimming upwards with all his strength, and after a struggle, he successfully reached the surface. There, he quickly climbed onto the gas valve and signaled for help. A military ship conducting drills received this unfamiliar distress signal and immediately sent personnel to rescue the captain. The captain was saved, and the military personnel discovered that there were still people on the plane. The captain knew this, and the ship's commander mobilized the entire crew to begin the search and rescue operation. The rescue team located the crashed plane, but they felt the pressure mounting. Opening the plane's outer shell would surely allow water to flood into the cabin, putting the passengers at risk. When the passengers saw the rescue team, they were overjoyed. However, the rescue team faced a major problem. After observing the situation for a long time, they had no choice but to return. The commander knew the difficulty of the rescue, and the people inside the plane were already severely lacking oxygen. Time was running out. The commander called an emergency meeting, and for safety's sake, the plane had to be raised to the surface. The rescue team dove back into the depths and placed dozens of airbags around the plane. They connected them with ropes from below, then attached the inflation hoses. Once everything was set, the team returned to the surface. They connected the other end of the inflation hoses to the air pumps. At the commander's order, the team immediately started the pumps. With a steady flow of gas filling the hoses, the airbags tied to the plane's body began to rise. The commander knew how risky this operation was, but there was no choice but to keep increasing the pump pressure to make the plane rise faster. Soon, the plane began to surface. The rescue team raced to the scene with their boats, and the passengers opened the doors to breathe fresh air. Just as everyone celebrated their survival, a new danger emerged. The ropes, burdened by the weight, began to snap one by one. Unaware of this, the passengers continued their escape. Then, the last rope holding the tail of the plane snapped. The passengers who had just stepped toward the exit were suddenly thrown back into the cabin. The plane began to sink again, and water flooded the cabin. The captain rushed in, leading the passengers to the cockpit. He opened the door and pushed the passengers out. Then, he jumped after them. The commander quickly dispatched a helicopter for a rescue operation, and all the passengers were saved.